Alright, can you give me the link?
Yeah, will do. Welcome everyone for the semi-final Cone Cup racing. This is the Canadian GP 3 versus 3. I'm joined with Nathan.
Hello, everybody.
I'm gonna send you the link now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this first semi-final of the Cone Cup. We've got Panda Racing, who have Cal Cone as the team captain, Chris Panda, and Night Shadow, against Cadbury's F1 Racing, who have AJ Wuhan as their captain, Jack FRS, and Murphy.
They're on their one-shot quali then. At the Canadian GP, they're a very difficult track, especially set to 1 as they head down into turn 1, take a lot of curb. But he kisses the apex. I'm on board with Night Shadow, but I'll switch over to whoever's closest to the line first. X in turn 2. Now coming into turn 3 and 4, you want to take a lot of curb on the entry, which he slightly misses. He has a poor exit out of turn 4. Coming down into turn 6 then. You want to kiss the apex, you don't want to ride it because you can lose the back end through there. As we go to turn 8, DRS wide open for the second DRS straight. Coming into turn 9 then, brake when the shadow starts, use a lot of curb on the entry. If you hesitate to come into turn 9, you're going to lose a lot of time doing that. Chris Panda versus AJ so far, battling for first place. Coming into turn 10 then, breaking that little shadow there, bring the car in. On traction, coming out of turn 10, decent exit from Night Shadow. As he now has DRS on this long straight. This is where most overtaking opportunities are most likely to happen. We're coming down into the last 2 corners. Take a lot of curve on the entry, but it's very easy to hit the wall, which he has done. Don't know if he's got some damage as well. As he comes to the line, and he sets a 111.4, but that's not the fastest.
Oh, some people disqualified here. Let's see the grid then.
Night Shadow was 4th on my screen. So there's your classification. So Chris Panda, first place, 5 tenths quicker than AJ and Murphy in 3rd place. Night Shadow in 4th, ahead of the 2 disqualifications, Jack and Cohen.
We have another commentator as well with Krishna. Welcome along.
Hello everybody, sorry that I forgot to introduce myself.
That's right. I think you were waiting for somebody to introduce you.
Oh, sorry mate, I'm really sorry.
No, that's fine. So we've got 1st, 4th, and 6th for Panda and the racing, and then we've got 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. It's not really a track that you can get a great start at the first turn because it's quite a short distance between the start line and the first turn. But it'd be interesting to see how people use their ERS straight away to try and get those early positions.
Very interested to see who makes its first corner first, because 2nd place has a chance to go around the outside and take the inside line for turn 2. We saw that plenty of occasions. So 1st place is not always the best place to start, but 2nd place, if you can get a really good start, go alongside him into turn 1 and get that inside line for turn 2. Interesting to see what that AJ and Chris Panda can do at the start of the front row. 3rd place can get a decent start. They can jump both 1st and 2nd depending on how good their start is. We saw Sebastian Vettel do that in 2016. There are the lights then, I don't think there's no formation in that. Light side, away we go. And it looks like Chris has got a decent start off the line, which he has. He's well clear ahead of AJ, so no trouble into turn 1. AJ secures 2nd place with Night Shadow in 3rd. Cohen goes down the inside of both of those cars, Jack and Murphy, so they're both down in last. Cohen then takes 4th place, but he goes side by side with Night Shadow as Night Shadow goes down the inside. Sorry, I got a bit confused. It's Cohen and Jack, not Night Shadow. Jack goes down the inside of Cohen, takes that position back off Cohen, moves himself up into 4th place. The gap between the top 2, 8 tenths of a second.
Pretty good start, I think. Some nice overtakes, good fights. I hope we will get along like that.
There were good fights at the start of the race, especially down at turn 1, turn 2, especially with Cohen and Jack. Cohen made up 1 place, I believe, on the start, or did he drop 1? Yeah, he made up 1 place, and Murphy's lost 3. So Murphy went from 3rd to 6th in a matter of few corners, so something went wrong at the start there, whether he got a bad start or just got overwhelmed by the cars behind. So Chris Panda coming into the final 2 corners leads AJ by 6 tenths of a second. Further back, Night Shadow outside the 1 second range. Look at that, Jack goes along.
For the overtake.
Yep, up into 3rd place. Do you know why? Because Night Shadow's lost his ERS.
Clean overtake there.
Night Shadow.
I think Night Shadow had a bad exit out of the last corner, and that was the chance of Jack.
And he lost his EOS because he couldn't use any. He used all of it up in the lap 1, sorry. Now he's got Cohen all over the back of him. So we're going to have to defend from Cohen behind him. I think they're both teammates, aren't they?
They are teammates. We'll see if there'll be any team orders to let Cal come through.
Back at the front. Sorry, Nathan, were you going to say something?
No, I was just saying, we'll see if Night Shadow lets Cal come through, because he does have the pace. He needs to catch up first. Night Shadow doesn't want to lose too much time letting him through.
And AJ's gained a lot of time on Chris Panda because he's 6 tenths behind him, so we'll have to wait for DRS to try and overtake Chris Panda for first place. Difficult. It is difficult overtaking around here. So it depends when and where, especially where, because it's very hard to overtake in the final corner. It depends if you're alongside them. Turn 1, you need to be very close at the exit of the last 2 corners and get a good run up to turn 1. Chris Panda sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11.2. Makes a mistake with it to turn 2 though. That's allowed AJ to get even closer to him. He said make less of them if he wants to win this race. Be just to see how this fight will develop between Chris and AJ. They're both good drivers. Especially I've raced with AJ before. I've raced with Chris Panda a few times, but I raced with AJ mostly. Coming off this second DRS straight, then you can use this to get even closer, but not use the EOS. Oh, Chris he got a little bit of a I don't know if he hit the wall to get a terrible entry, but it definitely looked like he got a bad entry into turn 9.
Oh, side by side through the hairpin. You get the overtake done.
Switch back. Switch back, yeah. But
I think he's got better exit.
DRS.
Yes, he overtakes him before the DRS.
Can he keep it though? Yes he can. Look at that overspeed. Look at the overspeed he has with that DRS he had on Chris Panda. So let's see how Chris Panda can try and fight back on AJ. Oh, got a bad exit out of the final corner, did Chris Panda.
Got the corner there. So far no penalties I believe, but I think quite a few drivers have some warnings, so I think within the next lap we'll see some drivers get some penalties. It's quite a strict track, and it's difficult to stay within the track limits, especially the last chicane.
Turn 3, turn 4, and the last chicane. Turn 3 and turn 4 is a fast entry and fast exit. Last 2 corners, very difficult. Turn 8 and 9 as well, because it can go deep into turn 8 and compromise your entry into turn 9. There's got a penalty for Murphy and Jack, I believe.
Oh, there we go. I'll make it interesting now.
Yeah, the penalties could be a total race decider if somebody gets 2 penalties with the differences we have now in the gaps. Could be this deciding thing.
Exactly, and it looks like AJ might have this secure because he's got a 1.4 second gap over Chris out of his DRS range and not a threat at the moment, so looks like AJ's in a safe position at the front. Further back we've got Cohen, 7 tenths behind Night Shadow, who's 9 tenths behind Jack but doesn't have the DRS, so it must have been out of the 1 second range at the detection point, and he's running out of EOS too, might run out of ideas as well by cutting corners, and the last lap is starting. Murphy's had a lonely race down in 6th place, 3.0 behind Cohen. There's a battle for 3rd place going on, so that could be interesting towards the line. Depends if Night Shadow can save his EOS. He goes out wide, very wide to turn 2, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Just interesting because Night Shadow and Jack both have the same amount of ERS, so it's going to be a battle between them two. Coming into this last lap here.
And Cohen's got more ERS than both of them combined, so...
Yeah, he'll be looking for an overtake on the last straight, won't he?
Yep. Depends if these
Jack
two
did
run
not
out the
have
ERS.
the best exit out of the corner, and now Night Shadow is closing in.
And Cal Cohen as well. Is it going to be a double overtake for Panda Racing? This will be crucial for the first race of the semi-finals.
That's why they call Panda.
So tight here.
I think AJ's pulled a good gap. He's looks like he's going to be coming across the line in first place.
Look at this, Night Shadow.
He doesn't get a penalty in the last chicane.
Now Night Shadow goes for the move.
And AJ comes across the line to win in Canada ahead of Chris Panda.
Oh.
What's going to happen now? Oh, the penalties for Jack. It's 1st, 5th and 6th for Cadbury's F1 Racing.
So
I think Jack will be disappointed with the penalties that he got.
Panda versus who?
But
Sorry?
what a nice race, really exciting what they did.
they're able to push even more because of the lighter fuel.
Definitely.
Who is it versus? Panda versus
Cadbury's F1 Racing.
Ha.
Panda in the white and black car, and Cadbury's are in the purple yellow.
Makes sense now. Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Nathan. AJ wins in Canada ahead of Chris Panda. Night Shadow in third place for Panda Racing. Cohen in fourth place ahead of Jack Murphy down at last place. AJ says the fastest lap. Does that count towards a point? Another point?
It does. Yes, it does.
Good job,
1 point
AJ.
fastest lap. So remember, this is semi-finals. There's 3 races, not just one. So we'll be moving on to Italy, I believe, next. Which should be a great track, and we see a lot of overtaking there.
Especially with that EOS as well. You got to be careful with that EOS because it's very easy to run out.
Definitely. Also, you got to think of the invalidations with the one-shot quali. It's very easy to invalidate on that track.
Turn 1 and turn 2. Sorry, you
especially through a Ascari. No, that's right.
Ooh, turn 1 and turn 2. They're not easy corners to invalidate, but you can still invalidate if you take it too early. Turn 3, turn 4, yes, definitely, very easy to invalidate. Turn 5 is the first Lesmo. It's straightforward, depends if you have understeer, go out wide at the exit, they might get a validation. Turn 6, if you take it too fast and you go out wide, that's the validation. The Ascari, like you said, oh, that's a difficult one. The last corner as well, they're easy. You don't want to go out too wide because you'll cut the, well, you exceed the track limits. Good race from AJ. So who's your cards on for this race, boys?
I think Cal Cohen's got a lot of pace. He just struggles with some invalidation sometimes, and also he's running no ABS and he's still learning that. But if I had to put money on somebody, it would have to be AJ, I think, for this track. Saw what he did in Tier 1 the other week, and it's pretty rapid.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I think AJ is the one to bet on. But let's see, because in Italy it's hard to get any kind of penalties, and it will be much tighter even on the track, with many straights, with many long straights, with many overtaking opportunities. I'm really looking forward for this race.
Already up then, as they bound Parabolica to start their flying lap. I'm going to go on board with AJ this time. AJ in the purple car, the Cadbury car. Where is he? There he is. As he heads down into turn 1, braking roughly around the 125 metre board. Not board, but roughly there, heading down into turn 1. Kiss the apex on turn 2, you don't want to take a lot of it. Get a decent exit going at turn 2. On traction and take the
Oh, Night Shadow was invalidated, sorry to cut you off. Night Shadow invalidated.
No problem, mate, it's alright. So AJ then around Curva Grande, heading down into the second chicane. This is a very difficult one. Slowing fast out. Could have took a lot more curve, AJ, but it's still good enough for him as we come through the first Lesmo. Use the exit curve to rest the car as we come to the second Lesmo. Brake at the 50 metre ball, take a lot of curve on the entry and rest it out on the exit curve with the second DRS straight. In the Cadbury car going under the bridge as we head to Ascari. Breaking the 100 metre ball, take a lot of curve on the entry and on the exit curve as well. Last part of Ascari. Want to slightly avoid
Murphy
that curve.
spun it. Cal Cohen's invalidated. Murphy spun into the wall after Ascari, and Cal Cohen has invalidated as well.
It's a very common place to spin at Ascari. I'm not surprised to see someone spin at Ascari. So let's see how they can do in the race.
Run down to the line between AJ and Chris Panda. Who's going to be first? AJ is going to be first.
700. It was
So
close.
AJ then, they swap positions this time around in Canada and Italy. Look at that, look at the gap, 700s like you said AJ, Nathan, sorry.
I know we sound the same. Come on.
AJ then takes pole ahead of the two Welshmen, Cohen in 4th place out of Night Shadow and Murphy 6th place. Who said did he spin?
Who, Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he spun at the Ascari and binned it into the wall.
So those other two guys invalidated it.
Yeah, Cal Cohen and Night Shadow. So I'm not sure, does Murphy start at the back then? Because he crashed out.
Yeah. Because if you cannot set a lap time, you are always the last person on the grid.
I thought it was disqualified people because I've always seen them in last.
We'll find out, I guess. Our questions will be answered soon. Will it be Murphy at the back or will it be Night Shadow? It'll be Murphy.
It's Murphy.
Right, then there are the lights, 4, 5. We're on the way for the second round, and looks like Chris Panda gets a decent start off the line.
Great start from Panda. This is where you get a great slipstream off the start.
As we head down to turn 1, he has the inside line. Won't AJ try and hold it around the outside? No, he won't, and Chris will take first place.
Oh, what a nice move there by Chris on the start.
Good defending from Jack as well, who had Calco just up behind him.
Yeah, but Calco will get a run down to the third corner. Let's see how if he gets it done.
It's not really an opportunity to overtake unless you are clear that you're going to overtake them down the inside. So loads of incidents have been there because they both like to keep their nose in there. So that's why they see a lot of crashes or spins there. So Chris then, this time around gets ahead of AJ. Heading down on the short second straight as we head into Ascari. This is where people are most likely to make mistakes because it's very easy to just drop it on the curb. And let's see if anyone makes a mistake. Not this time round. Make it all through cleanly. But look at Cohen, he gets a decent exit with Ascari and he's up behind Jack. As Jack's run out of EOS already.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, they're touching.
Interesting, he went for the overtake on the outside even though there was absolutely no room. Could have gone on the inside there.
They used a lot of EOS, those guys.
Now it is the question if Calco has any wing damage.
Look at AJ, is he close enough? No, he's not. Into turn 1 they go.
Oh, Night Shadow hits Jack.
I saw that at the very last moment.
There. There's a bit of wing damage surely from that.
I think I might see some on the right hand side of his end plate. No, I don't. He hasn't got any form of damage. If he does, it's very, very minor, so he can keep going. But he's got Cal Cohen behind him. The two. Oh, down the inside he goes.
AJ's taking the lead here. A lot of overtakes happening. Everybody's within a second of each other.
Can we do the second Lesmo then? So, oh, Chris Panda almost slides out.
Murphy's struggling a little bit.
Murphy 1.5 seconds behind Night Shadow, needs to get that DRS to stay in contact with him.
Jack's showing good pace here so far. He's closing up to Panda to see if he can get the overtake on him. There'll be a good result for Cadbury's F1 Racing.
And he's also 5/10 within Chris Panda, so he can try and use that DRS next lap. But he needs to focus on saving EOS because he's running out before the lap. He's running out before the last corner Parabolica, so he needs to focus on saving EOS to get that extra power coming out of Parabolica. That's why he's losing. He's lost 4/10 in one corner. That's exactly what I'm talking about with managing EOS. As AJ says, the fastest lap of 1:21.6. Chris Panda within 6/10 behind AJ. So let's see if he can take that lead back and try and win this race ahead of AJ.
Yeah, and now with DRS enabled, we will see a run of Chris if he can stay in the second behind AJ.
Cal Cohen is close behind Jack into the second chicane they go, but Chris Panda has got a 2-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. That would be crucial because he might drop down into 4th place if he's not careful. It depends if others get time penalties as well, so he needs to be careful on the track limits because it's very easy to exceed them around here. And he's in DRS range of AJ, but too far behind.
Here goes Calcone.
On the outside, oh, what a good move.
Ooh,
really committed to do it on the outside there.
Brave from Cohen, I don't think I would have tried that myself, so let's see if we can try.
Jack is able to stay behind Calcone right on his rear. We will see a run of him down the main straight, I think.
And let's see if Cal Cohen can reduce that 2-second gap to try and finish in 2nd place. Look at that, Jack right behind Cohen as you said, but Jack out of the air.
From AJ. So we can see 5th and 6th place slowly pulling away from the pack. So here we go, Jack.
Jack again. Now the switchback. Oh, he doesn't get it done really good.
He's probably using too much EOS because he's using EOS now. Well, I mean overtake, sorry, but he doesn't need to use it because it's He's just wasting his energy in the wrong places. So he needs to focus on saving the US.
AJ slowly pulled away from Panda. If he doesn't
Ooh.
get Pan, you'll get the race win.
Chris Panda jumping over the curbs at the 4th corner. Second chicane. Looking
at the warnings, and Panda and Calcone have a couple of warnings each. Panda has, Jack has 1, Night Shadow has 1, Murphy has none, and AJ has no warnings. So it's looking good for Cadbury's F1 Racing in terms of warnings and corner cutting. So if maybe the Cadbury's F1 can put the Panda Racing drivers under some pressure, get some penalties.
And
especially considering how close the drivers are right now on track, any sort of penalty would definitely demote them a couple of places.
Exactly. And Cohen's gained 6/10 on this lap to Chris Panda's. He's actually got some pace, like you said. Maybe he needs to focus on his 1 lap pace to see, because that's what's putting him down. But he's got some decent 1 lap pace as Cohen.
As I can see that Jack behind Calcone is totally out of ERS. It will be a hard thing to him to get the move done on the last lap now.
I think now's the time he can use all your ERS, but unlike Jack, he can't use any ERS because he's barely got any left to play with to try and overtake Cohen. So it looks like another straight. Oh, Cohen's just dipped a wheel into the gravel. That might allow Jack to get him closer and encourage him to overtake. And it looks like he's too far back to make the overtake, and he's got no power down the straight because he's running out of ERS. And now he's run out of ERS, so he has no chance to overtake Cohen unless Cohen makes a mistake, which I don't think he will. Coming into the start.
On quite a little bit of ERS now.
Yeah, he has some left, and Jack is like at 5% when I read right. Now it's out.
Yeah.
And he will have no chance, probably, to take a move on Calcone.
As Ninja comes across the line to win the second round of Monza GPs. 20.9 is the fastest lap. Chris finishing second ahead of Cohen. Jack in 4th place, and we've got Night Shadow, who will finish in 5th ahead of Murphy.
But as we see with the penalties, like Calcone is only finishing 0.08 of a second behind Chris.
Ooh. I bet he won't be happy with that when he sees it again. You probably know he could have pushed a little bit more to try and get 2nd place. But nevertheless, a good drive from Cohen yet again. Let's see if he can keep it up or try and get 2nd place for the next race. There's your results then. So AJ wins ahead of Chris Panda, and Chris Panda had a 2-second time penalty, which he almost could have got beaten by Cohen. Jack in 4th place, Night Shadow in 5th, and Murphy for 6th place in Smash. Hey, good luck for commentary. Oh, thank you, Smash. It means a lot. And Channel says great battle. Appreciate that, M&T Smash, especially at this time of night. What do you think about that race, boys?
Yeah, it was a great race. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something, Krishna. Yeah, it was a great race. Better for Cadbury's F1 Racing. I think I'm just going to check the scores now, but I do believe it's
AJ is in front
close.
with 52 points. Behind him is Chris on 2nd place with 36 points. Then Calco, Night Shadow, Jack, and Murphy on the last place.
Yeah, we're just going to check the total score. So currently, if I'm correct, it's 31 points to Panda Racing and 28 points to Cadbury's F1 Racing. So just 3 points within it. Going into the last race, it could all change here.
Damn, this could be very interesting.
This will be very interesting to see.
Damn, Abu Dhabi, I don't like this track whatsoever.
It's a very difficult track.
It was alright last game, but this game, something about it has changed, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I noticed the break point just before the hotel.
Yeah.
Has changed. Like you have to break a lot earlier than the racing line. It's a lot more narrow.
That's what catches me out quite a lot, because I always go deep.
Yeah, I always catch the curve on that. The curves on that track are brutal.
And you have to say it's a relatively long track. The lap is relatively long, which is going to be interesting because now in the quali we will see some bit more of a gap between the drivers, I think.
Yeah, definitely, and I think during the race as well, we'll see how people manage their ERS, because as you said, it's such a long track. You've got to be careful with your deployment.
Oops.
Make sure you don't run out of ERS.
Let's see who's the first driver that will get caught out on this track. I know it's a difficult one, especially that third sector is quite brutal.
AJ will be looking for his third race in a row to win.
AJ's on fire.
The first two in Canada and Italy. I think he'll need his teammates to help him out here because he can't do it on his own. So the thing about the Cone Cup, it's not just about what you do, it's about what your whole team does and how they perform.
Exactly, it's a team game. So Chris Panda then takes over the lead from AJ, rides the curb through the second corner and rides the curb into the third corner, which I don't know. Would I do it? I actually don't know. As we head into turn 4, breaking the 100-meter board, take a lot of curb on the entry and kiss the apex for this one. And this one, go to the right. Oh, that's almost a validation. If he went even more righter, he would have validated that lap. Because you want a decent exit and straighten up the car as much as you can. As we've got DRS for this long straight, they might see opportunities into this heavy braking zone. I don't know the track corners. As we brake into the 100-meter board, or he brakes before it, kiss the apex on the entry and through the exit as well. Oh, a little bit of oversteer. Chris then goes through the second DRS straight.
Just flicking through all the drivers now, and it's very close between all 6 drivers right now. No invalidations as of yet.
I was on board with AJ for a little bit of a few moments, and it looks like he was taking it cautious through those fast corners.
This is the corner that catches me out.
Yeah, same here, mate. I always outbrake myself. Talk about outbraking.
Oh, Panda takes too much curve.
Oh no!
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't do
Night
that.
Shadow invalidates.
I don't do that.
Chris
I always
was
go off the
on for a
track.
very good lap. He was in front, and then the little mistake will cost him the pole.
And AJ crosses the line and gets pole position.
With a 134, which is a pretty decent lap around here.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that one.
Can he win his third race in a row, like you said? So, Cohen in second place, so can he have a chance of finishing second or try and take the lead away from AJ, because you said his race pace is better. Chris Panda in third place, so wasn't the only one to make mistakes, unless those guys behind being cautious on their laps, because that would have been too. Jack, fourth place, Murphy in fifth place, and Night Shadow got disqualified, but will be started down in sixth place. So let's see what he can do from there. So it looks good from Cadbury's Racing.
Yeah, it's up to Jack. He needs to climb a position or two. So does Murphy if they want to have a chance of winning the semi-final tie. AJ just needs to keep his pace and stay at the front. I think anything but Cadbury's F1 podium, no, not podium, even a race win, I think they would not make it through, unfortunately. So I think it's all down to AJ getting that win and either Murphy or Jack to get a podium.
In the comment section, Daniel Collier says AJ has good pace around Abu Dhabi, and he says from experience battle with him. So let's see if AJ can continue that form, as the lights will go out right now. So let's see if AJ gets a good start to the line. Can look at that, third place, he's got ahead. Oh, he's getting ahead of AJ. He's jumped second place and he's got first place. Chris Panda takes the lead into turn 1 from starting in third place.
Bit of a gap as well between Jack and Calcone. Oh no, Jack takes a curb.
Oh, he's losing a bit of time there, but what a good start of Chris again. Like in Monza, right now again he takes the lead out of the grid.
Sliding a bit into the corner might bring AJ into play a bit as he uses the EOS. Will he overtake him? Has he got enough overspeed to try and overtake him, or will he wait for the next corner? So we'll find out as we head into this heavy braking zone. Braking on 100-meter mark, and no, he doesn't go for it. What about anybody else? But Cohen, oh yeah, Cohen, he might be frustrated with that one because he was looking like he was going to have a good race. He was starting in second place, but he got down into fourth. But let's see how his race pace is like at Abu Dhabi. It's a difficult track. As look at Jack, he's behind his teammates of both Cadbury racing. Cadbury, did I say that right? Is it Cadbury?
Cadbury, yeah, that's right, yeah, Cadbury.
I thought I said it wrong, but both Cadbury drivers on the podium.
Yeah, AJ's catching up to Panda here as well. Did he make the same mistake? No, both take that turn very well.
Probably learned from qualifying.
Yeah, all drivers took that turn well.
Yeah, as I'm following AJ a bit in his cockpit, and you can see out of the cockpit view of AJ that Chris is struggling a little bit for grip on the rear out of the slow corners.
I've noticed he's sliding I can't speak. I've noticed he was sliding I can't even speak, never mind.
Oh,
Forget it.
That's the one thing I've noticed when driving these multiplayer cars. I think you lose the rear end a lot more than an F1 car, so it is a different type of experience, let's say. You do have to get some practice with it. You can't just jump straight into it and think it's just like an F1 car, because it isn't.
I don't really race multiplayer cars a lot, but when I do tend to lose the rear, so I think that's a great explanation. Now look at AJ, he's closing up behind Chris Panda. Will he try and make an overtake this time?
He goes for it, side by side.
Who's braking the latest? Oh,
kind of gives him a lot of room. Yeah, it was a great move.
Trying to do the switchback is kind of Panda, because I noticed he tries to get a decent.
Wow, what an exit from Panda.
And Panda, does he have the straight line speed to get him back?
Nope.
Jack's closing up, and Calcone are all closing up now.
Oh, AJ's gone wide.
Going here. Oh no! Panda takes the lead again.
Yeah, I think that corner caught out AJ quite a lot. Gone wide, and his car wouldn't allow it as we head into this difficult braking zone. Chris Panda's gone out wide. It looks like you're right. Chris Panda is struggling through the slow corner speeds. Got 10 people watching the stream and there's only 6 drivers racing. Wow.
Oh, as Calcone spins around and is in last position now.
This could be huge for Cadbury's F1 Racing.
Big advantage.
So unlucky for Calcone.
He had a decent qualifying, but he's gone the other way around in the races. Look at AJ, he has DRS. It's like, can he try and make another move? And looks like Chris Panda is struggling just a bit at the slow quarter speeds, sliding with the rear. As can AJ get a decent exit coming out the corner and get alongside Chris with now DRS is wide open and with some ERS as well to play. Look at that. Look at it.
Chris is trying to break the slipstream, but with the power of the DRS, it's not possible to keep AJ behind here.
I think he cost himself a bit of time there by swerving that much.
Yeah. But let's see, is Chris able to fight back?
He's trying to.
He's going great on the outside.
Oh.
Oh.
Not a place to go side by side really, but.
Good racing. No, they go side by side again.
Switch back.
Oh.
Late braking. Great racing.
Great exit from AJ. Wow. Night Shadow's now closed up to the top 3.
This is brilliant racing from those guys.
Oh, AJ is getting problems too now on the rear. A bit.
Calcone's on a mission right now. He needs to catch up to Murphy. 3.5 seconds behind.
Oh, let's see if he can try and do it. Calcone, he's got 2 laps left to try and get some more points away from Murphy's. AJ says the fastest lap at 37.9 as we head on to lap forward. So let's see if Chris Panda can stay in that DRS range. He's now 8 tenths out, and Jack is 7 tenths within the DRS range of Chris Panda. Oh, Chris Panda!
This is looking good for Cadbury's F1 Racing right now.
Exactly, 1st, 3rd and 5th, not bad results for them at all.
But Night Shadow is right on the tail of Jack. Let's see if he can get a move done on the long straight now.
Car playing on the rear as Chris Panda exited the corner, so it looks like he's not happy with the setup he's running, because it seems like he's sliding throughout the low speed corners. Look at Night Shadow then. Can he go down the inside? He'll try to.
Oh, bold move.
He gets it done.
Really good.
Has he got it done yet? Oh, Jack! Oh, he spins.
No, Jack!
Oh,
I think he got over ambitious on the throttle as he tried to re-overtake Night Shadow as Cohen gets past. Oh, look at battle for first. Chris has got right up to AJ's rear, but AJ has the advantage and stays ahead. And it's the penultimate lap as well, so let's see if Panda can try and do anything about it on the next lap, which is his last chance. Almost hits the, well, he does hit the back of.
He's pushing him a little bit from the back.
With only 6 cars in the race, it's really interesting, isn't it?
It is. They're all very close together, aren't they? They're all having their little battles.
And I didn't expect this racing to be good despite having 6 cars.
Yeah, we've got Jack now closing up to Calcone. Neither really have much DRS to use for the final lap. And the DRS will be crucial if Jack can get within that.
Yeah, he's caught up to Cohen quite a lot, so let's see if the Cadbury car can overtake Panda Racing, sorry. As Panda then.
Chris is coming now through the hairpin with AJ in front of him. He's half a second back, but I think he should stay behind AJ on the long straight to do it on the second one, and not giving AJ the chance to get the switch back then.
Or depends on the exit though, because if you do mess up slightly at the exit, it will allow Jack some breathing space and just try and stay ahead.
Oh, it's a good exit from Panda.
Yeah, he did really good. 300ths of a second.
AJ's run out of EOS. Or Chris trying around the outside. AJ has the inside line.
Oh, with good movement.
Good from AJ. Careful not to get a penalty there.
Yeah, but he did cut the corner, did Chris, but it got away. We probably got a warning.
Oh. Went slightly wide there.
Will Chris try a committed move in any kind of corner here?
Oh, he missed the apex. He's gone out wide spawn.
He spins.
Here's Night Shadow. Night Shadow goes past him.
But he can stay in front of Murphy, so nothing changes for the team.
Unless he has a penalty. I don't think he does though.
As we see AJ cross the line to take his 3rd win in a row. Sets the fastest lap of the last lap like he did last time. Night Shadow finishes 2nd ahead of Chris Panda. Murphy will finish in 4th. Good result for him despite his struggles in Italy. Cohen finishes 5th ahead of Jack. AJ, 2 wins in a row. What an amazing drive from him despite being under pressure for the first 3 races. Absolutely amazing from AJ.
I'm just going to quickly calculate the scores and I'll get back to you in about a minute.
Yeah, but it was like 3 really good races, exciting moves, good overtakes, tight gaps. It was really fun. More than I expected, to be honest.
There's your results then. AJ wins ahead of Night Shadow, who started in last place, 6th place, and made his way up 4 places because he stayed out of trouble at the start. Chris Panda finishes in 3rd, who made that little bit of a mistake and allowed his teammates to go. Murphy finishes in 4th place. Good result considering what happened to him in Monza when he finished in 6th, so he'll be happy with that one. Cohen 5th place ahead of Jack FRS. Expects a bit more from Cohen this race, but I don't think Abu Dhabi is one of his good tracks. So AJ then has 78 points, including 3 points from the fastest lap. Chris Panda 51 points. Night Shadow 43 points, Cohen 37, Jack 30 and Murphy 28. And they'll be added onto their total.
Yeah, so in the Concord we have our own point system. I've just calculated the points and final standings are Cadbury's F1 Racing 44 points, Panda Racing 46 points.
Wow, that's tight.
Might do a podium interview because AJ's here. Hello AJ, how are you doing?
You got your settings on?
Oh. Yeah, stream's not done, but I thought we could do a little bit of a podium interview for our race winner.
You got your settings on? No, we can we'll ask Calcone as well.
Yeah. Okay, you can hear my voice now.
So AJ then, 3 wins in a row, mate. How do you feel about that one?
There were some good on-track fights. My teammates did pretty well. They did what they could. It was unfortunate that Jack spun, but it's a difficult track, so they did what they could. But yeah, all around it was good fun. Great to get to the semi-finals, and I'm happy with how it went.
Were you a bit nervous with Chris Panda putting a lot of pressure on you, especially on that last lap on the straight? Did you think you might have a chance to get ahead of you?
So my plan initially was to hold them up a little bit to let Jack and Murphy catch up. You know, completely in a safe way, of course, but I tried to hold them up a little bit so they could keep up. But it ended up that they just sort of dropped off a bit too much. So for the last lap, I just went for the fastest lap and tried to get as many points as we could. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but yeah, it was good having a race with Chris. But yeah.
Were you a bit nervous at the start of the race? Because Chris had an amazing start from third to first.
God, yeah.
Were you a bit nervous after that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm terrible at my starts. I've never been good at them in this game since I went on attractions. So I was always prepared to be bombarded with a few overtakes.
You're running no traction.
Yeah.
What a
Since
lad.
the start of the game. Yeah.
Good lad.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good fun. Chris Panda and Calcone and Night Shadow were definitely worthy opponents. So all play to them.
Nathan, you got any questions for AJ?
No, I was just saying unlucky for winning all 3 races and getting fast lap. It just wasn't meant to be. Jack was so close to getting a podium along with you, and I think that would have gotten you the edge because you were 2 points off
Don't say
going into that final race. But unfortunately he spun out.
That's fun as well.
And we have Calcone here. How does it feel to be in the finals?
Oh, I'm sweating.
Hoe gaat
That
het?
was so close. When I spun, I was like thinking like, oh my god, what the fuck have I done? Ruined it for everyone.
He is Belgium, so he can swear. Were you happy to get a podium in Monza, or was it Canada? I think it was Monza.
Did I get a podium in Monza?
I think you did, but you missed out by a few hundreds on Chris because of his penalties. You were so close to getting second place.
Yeah, but same team, so yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
That's alright. Team championship.
Yeah, just 2 points separated both of you.
Yeah, man. It was. I think the first race, I think we won by 2 points, and then both of the other races were tied.
I think so. Yeah. But,
Yeah, this means how close this was.
when you spun in Abu Dhabi on the third lap, I think it was, or second lap. From there, we were thinking, okay, this is Cadbury's chance now. First, third, and I think fifth. And we're thinking, this is so unlucky for you guys because you were in the lead. And then for you to spin out, but then Jack spun out, and I thought,
Yeah, I was like, Knight was like saying Jack spun. I was like, oh, Jack spun. And I saw him like, and I was like, oh, yes.
Cohen.
I'm like, yes, but it's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Carl Cohen.
Yeah.
You started second place in Abu Dhabi. Were you a bit frustrated to finish in 5th at the end of Abu Dhabi? Did you think you could have some potential in that race?
No, I feel like if I didn't spin, I could challenge Jack for third. I think it was.
Yeah, he was saying that. Sorry to interrupt. He was saying that he was ready to have you on his DRS, ready to fight for the position.
I did say that myself. Like, if I'm gonna have the DRS, I'm gonna try. Yeah, of course. We both spun. So.
Calcon, I've got a question. Do you have like a party going on with you, Panda, Night Shadow, where you like kind of discuss?
No, I was in a party with 2 of my friends from here in Belgium, and then I joined in as well.
Oh, okay. That's just because it looked like there was some team orders going on at some points, just letting people pass. So I'm guessing that's just some team chemistry.
Me and I did have some team orders.
Yeah,
team orders. Yeah, it's not like for a regular championship; it's a cup, so. For me, I don't care if I finish third or fourth as long as we win overall.
That's exactly the mentality you need to go with. Are you? How are you going to prepare for the finals on Sunday?
I'm gonna practice more. A lot more. I think I have played in the last few days all of WRC, so pre-race was like a bit.
Slightly different game.
Yeah, I was a bit rusty, as you saw during the races as well.
Yeah, you didn't know where the track was, did you? You like the off-road?
No, like even in the practice, like I spun immediately. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do some time trial. It wasn't going good.
Alright, well, thank you guys, and thank you for showing us like a great race. 3 great races actually, for the first match up in the semi-finals.
Yeah, thanks for comms, guys. Well done.
Thanks.
I'll be sure to watch it back later on.
Thanks,
Please
Nathan
don't.
and Chris. Thanks, Nathan and Chris.
I'm gonna
Thanks,
watch
Nathan.
it back.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Nathan and
thanks.
Chris, for joining
Thanks,
me.
Indigo.
Comms. Yeah, no problem.
problem.
It's all good. AJ, what a legend! 3 races in a row. I hope you can keep that up.
I'll try.
Alright, we'll see you next time. Is it next Wednesday or Thursday? What day is it today? Or tonight? Or whatever.
It'll be the finals will be on Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. What time? Because I might be able to commentate because I've got no leagues.
We'll get that sorted after the stream. We'll get it all sorted.
Right. So we'll
Alright,
see you
thanks,
next time.
Alright, thank you.